Welcome back to my Art of Living series. I'm going to be sharing my perspectives on timeline jumping, shifting your life, and everything in between, what's coming up for me as I am in the middle of a timeline jump myself. We're headed across country here in about the next 10 days, and so I'm just sharing my journey and what's coming up because I believe that anytime we make a physical change in our life, there's going to require inner work because you are jumping out of your comfort zone, you're becoming into a place of vulnerability. And that can definitely shift us in the internal world. So we may have egoic programs and feelings come up that want us to maybe stop that move, that want to highlight something for us. So that's kind of the premise of this episode today. And we're going through the course of the Art of Living. It's all about timeline jumping. It's all about shifting something in our lives. And it doesn't necessarily always be physical. It can also be the past trauma. There's something energetic that we want to move in that has affected our life. Again, mine is going to be physical this time, so then now the inner world is going to be looked at. So I guess around the timeline jump, we're just very excited to shift our lives. When there's a call to do something, the soul just comes online as like, I really want to do this. And if you're more in tune with your soulful purpose, this feeling can get louder and louder. And so, it's really whether or not you're going to answer the call. But if you don't, you're kind of denying a piece of you that wants to experience things. And that's what we came here on earth to do, in my perspective, is that we came here to experience things in the soulful level. And so I think it's just really cool to understand that, we have that option to timeline shift. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to keep allowing that soulful energy to drive me, to lead me on the path. I've done a lot of inner work and a lot of things that I've let go of and detached from so that I can have these experiences and bring in new stuff. So that's been the journey for the last several years. So going into this, I feel like I've already, have done a lot of shadow work. So I'm asking the universe for an easy bit on this one where maybe this isn't so much about the shadow, but more about living in the moment. That's what I want to. And if there is anything in between there of me getting to the present moment and just feeling freedom and joy and passion and abundance, then I would like to clear that out now. And Christina and I will have separate journeys because, she's at a different place in her life. So that'll be interesting too, just to kind of see the different experiences. But it's all a process, and I just feel like I'm super in the process right now of that, and it's really cool. But yeah, so basically we're gonna put this property on as an Airbnb rental, and so we got to move all of our stuff out, and we've got about 10 days to do that. With that, that's just the physical, mundane stuff that has to get done in between while I'm working at home and doing, working with clients and sessions. Things just started to pile up, and it got very overwhelming in the last few days to just feel the weight of the move. And Christina's at the fire station for her last couple of shifts. So it's kind of just been me and just feeling the weight of this decision. So it's brought up a lot of those things. It's also brought up some very light old patterns that I used to have when it comes to situations like this. And I feel like I was being tested the last few days, is this how you're going to behave, or are you going to start to repattern yourself? So the lesson for me was that during this time, if anything does come up, because my vibration is really excited and happy, and I'm very in alignment with this shift, so everything feels really good internally for me in regards to this. But then there's little things that came up, our car window got broken, and so they were telling us we're not going to be able to fix it until basically well after we had planned to be on the road. So then I was okay, and a little frustrated in the moment. But then I was no, this is an opportunity for me to basically ask the universe and ask our guides to help shift through this energy and to know why it is being presented. And anyway, we ended up getting, the glass is finished now and we still have 10 days. As you can see, things work out when you shift your mindset. So I have a total mindset shift in there that I'm everything is working out for my best good. There's a reason this is showing up, whether it's for the lesson, whether it's that it needs to be delayed. You have to be so totally open with your process because everything is coming up for one reason or another. And it may be for our protection. maybe for redirection. And so basically with this trip, my biggest thing is using everything that comes up as just a blessing. It's something there that's for a reason, even if I don't understand it in the moment. And I'm hoping for lots of beautiful, magical experiences to come in, lots of abundance, lots of freedom. A lot of what we've been manifesting the last year, I feel, is coming through this trip. So that is really what I'm excited for. I was just saying, like, I'm just going to use every moment as an opportunity to reprogram myself if there is anything that is keeping me from my highest timeline. So basically, this shift for me represents me jumping into a higher timeline. The vibration of where we're going is very, very high. It's a very spiritual place. And so this is going to be a time for us to deepen our practice of breath work, to deepen our practice of energy work. All of the energy work that we offer to others is basically everything that we're doing on ourselves. And so through this journey, that is how we're going to deepen our practice, how we're going to deepen our understanding of this work, is by really having a deep conscious awareness of how we're operating during this experience. Because at the end of the day, we want a very abundant, joyful, pleasurable, easy experience. We want to taste the freedom of driving across country and relocating and spending the summer in nature and deepening our practices and deepening our understanding of the universe. So to all of us, that sounds amazing. But now in between, we've collected so many things over time that we have attachments, and those attachments can prevent us from really getting into those soulful, abundant things. So now we have to work on detachment during this time, and if there's anything coming up with that, so that can be really fun. But I've also let go of a lot of attachments and have worked through that. So I'm hoping again that this is really about something else. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be filming our journey and just sharing what's coming up, in real time, how this is going, because this is going to be definitely a test. It's going to be different for our relationship, where it's going to be, we're going to be together now all the time. We're going to be focused on deepening our practice and our business together as a couple. So that's really exciting. We're taking the dogs with us. So there's just all kinds of things that are part of this process, which is really exciting. But yeah, I think I'm just taking day by day right now. And so the last couple of days I've been doing a lot of physical work and really putting time into getting the Airbnb ready. And in addition to, this is like the pre-journey, because the journey is when we get on the road, but this is the journey before the journey. My biggest takeaways is when you're going to shift your life, whether that's physically, spiritually, mentally, be prepared for everything that comes. And, the biggest things I can suggest is stay very open. And remember that everything is always working out for our highest and best good, whether we know it or not, whether we understand it or not. There are so many forces working for us more than against us. And if we can tap into that mechanism, and it can be a simple just shift in the moment. Like, I recognize this has come up, but this is the true outcome that I want. This is how I want things to be. And I believe the universe conspires with us to agree and to support that. So I'm going to be tapping into that mentality as much as I can. And I'm going to be retraining myself to where things seem difficult before, to be in a better place and to just allow the blessings of the universe to come in and support our earth experiences as much as possible. I'll see you guys next episode.